One thing I can say about the show, Shawn Michaels and the creative staff looked and said, we need to do something about the ratings. So we have this great, great talent. Rick Steiner's kid, Braun Breaker, as our NXT Heavyweight Champion. We need to put him up against the very best to get him ready for the main roster. So we're going to put him against, check my notes, Von Wagner. And by doing something about the ratings, I mean they're going to tank them into the goddamn dirt. Putting Von Wagner in a main event spot. Shawn Michaels, you motherfucking idiot. Anyway, I'm John Retton with my review WWE NXT, and yeah, Von Wagner's going to be facing off against Rick Steiner's kid. Braun Steiner, a can't-miss prospect who really needs to be in there with some of the very best that can help, not necessarily just lead him, but teach him some things. He doesn't need to be in there with the lobotomized zebra, this caveman, stupid-looking motherfucker that has a goddamn forehead that juts out so goddamn far that when he tries to go through a door, he busts the glass out because he's so fucking goddamn clueless. He can't understand how a ladder works. I know, and I'm sure, or at least I kind of have an inkling that he might be a nice guy, but as a professional wrestler, what the fuck? This guy can't... They are releasing people every 6 months to a year if they don't improve enough. And I understand that. I mean, I get it. Even though their system's kind of all messed up, you have to learn that WWE style. We want you to learn things the right way. If you aren't progressing, that is, we are going to get rid of you. We're going to say, okay, stop, don't do this anymore. Go somewhere else, learn new holds, and come back. And some people do come back. But sometimes they come back. Sometimes they come back again. Sometimes they come back for more, but... Von Wagner needs to go away, don't come back, don't do this anymore. Can you tell that I don't care for Von Wagner on my television? Well, you're going to get more of it. There are other people I don't care to see on my television from this particular program, even though there are some good talents, some good, up-and-coming talents on this show. And in NXT in general. This whole brand from a weekly television format, from this perspective, it's just ridiculous. They don't know what they're doing anymore. I think Bret Hart really was right about Shawn Michaels. Booker T is abysmal on commentary. I have not understood or cared about a goddamn thing that he said. He's just like, oh, whoa, woo. And it's like he's trying to do Andre the Giant's, like, oh, doing that. But except Andre the Giant, that actually was revered. Booker T is a phenomenal wrestler, or was a phenomenal wrestler. I don't really think he wrestles anymore. And at times he can be a little bit entertaining. I haven't understood a goddamn thing. Nevertheless, here's Steiner. He's opening the show. He praises Wesley and Julius Creed for what they did at Halloween Havoc. And suddenly, Pretty Deadly Glory show up. And no. I don't care how good they are in a goddamn ring. They look like goofs. They act like goofs. It's like they're two ice skating goofs from, I don't know, from like one of those Olympics where there was all this kind of controversy. Was it Russia and Canada? Yeah, they kind of look like those goofs. They just look like goofs that don't belong on a wrestling show, even though they're not bad in the ring. But from a presentation standpoint, no. Fucking no. Here's Wesley to try to save this goddamn thing, because Steiner can only do so much even though he's fired up. Well, they talk about how great their hair is. And then Wes and Steiner do an intro, and then they say, hey, wait a second. This is usually a time when somebody interrupts because they want a tag title shot. Wait, it's us. We want a tag title shot. So they're getting meta on everybody. And then Truth shows up, and he faces off against Grayson Waller. The match only goes a few minutes. Truth does a dive where... And two things went wrong with this. One, Grayson wasn't able to catch him. Two, Truth, even though I think he's just shy of his 51st birthday, and he's in phenomenal shape, he looks the same as he did in 2001. It's remarkable. And he's put miles on his body, but also he's been smart with how he works. He did this dive, he went over the top, and unfortunately he caught on the ropes too, and he probably blew his ACL, or at least he hurt his knee in some form or fashion because he couldn't put any weight on it. People had to take him out. And then Waller cuts a promo and does this and everything. I hope Truth is going to be all right. I truly, truly hope that our Truth is going to be all right. Even if you can do something like that doesn't mean you should. And that goes for anybody. There are certain ages, there are certain things. That could take 6 months for him to come back at least. It could be a year before he can wrestle again. And he can be entertaining where he doesn't need to do that stuff. And also that means Grayson Waller has to talk on my television. I don't want to hear Grayson Waller. Granted, Grayson Waller is, again, almost insufferably good in the ring. Whatever. Now to a pre-tape of Vic Joseph interviewing the Schism, Joe Wayne Gacy, Jägermeister, and Rip Fowler, and Ava Raine on a wedding day. Okay, let me just say, why did they add the moody music? Genuine question. Why did they add that? What benefit did the moody? What benefit does adding moody music to any of these backstage segments provide? What good comes out of it? Okay. Ava Raine, The Rock's daughter, by the way, just in case there's anybody that's been living under a rock. Haha. She's like, oh, nobody checked on me. Nobody cared when I suffered a knee injury except these guys. Now, I'm not too familiar with the timeline, but I don't think Joe Wayne Gacy has been in the company for more than what? just over a year. I think he showed up on TV right when NXT 2.0 started. Thank God that phase is done, even though we're pretty much in the same thing, just with a different logo. But it's got a new logo. She says all these guys checked on her, nobody else did, and bless her. She is trying. Bless her for trying. This is stupid. This is monumentally stupid television because it's a bad stable. Even though everybody involved likely could contribute, Joe Wayne Gacy's not a bad promo. He's not bad in the ring. The grizzled hung veterans were soon to be rectimized, and I'm going to continue to say that. Now they're goddamn goofs. This whole spoopy cult-like thing isn't going to work, and I hate to say it, but this whole thing with Ava Raine, bless her for feeling like, this might work. Bless the company for feeling like this might work. But, she was treated badly, and fans treated her badly. And yes, there were some fans that were incredibly mean to her and expecting her to be her dad, and they shouldn't have expected her to be her dad. Sure, she can talk. I don't know if she can wrestle because she suffered at least 2 knee injuries, possibly. I think she suffered at least 2. And that's terrible, especially since I think she's, 21, 22? So hopefully it's not going to end up like a Tegan Knox situation where her ACLs are melted Twizzlers. But this Schism stuff's dumb. It's really... Oh, and by the way, we're going to get Cameron Grimes against Joe Wayne Gacy for one final time. Oh boy. Oh, boy. Javier Bernal wanted to get a match. He was texted by HBK. Idris Enofe and Malik Blade are there. They're a pretty good team, and I think should be utilized well in the future. Odyssey Jones is back, and he's going to face Javier Bernal. Oh, boy. Kiana James and her assistant exchange envelopes and glances. I have seen this movie before. Seriously, they are begging for jokes. The assistant, don't know her name, she looks great. Kiana looks great. Kiana looks stout. She looks like she could lift the world. And I mean that. She has a great look and has improved in the ring in just a short time she's been on TV. So, then we get a bunch of women backstage. Indy, I think... Ulissa Leon, no. Eric Santino's daughter, Miss Grace, all about that Grace, her knee shot. And a few others are back there. And then Grandma Stark is all pissed, probably because they didn't have her Ensure on tap. And then Nikita Lyons is there, no doubt trying to plan an insurrection on the locker room. And Indy calls her out. Loud noises is what I noted. So... Andre Chase wants to make sure that Thea is hydrated. Making sure a girl just out of high school is hydrated. I know that is not what they were going for, but seriously. But Bodie Hayward, I think was his last name, is gone. He was one of the people released. Let me say right now, I don't know what's true and isn't true about Bodie. There are rumors covering my ass here that he might have been a handful backstage. I don't know if that's actually true. If it's true, he shouldn't have been a handful. But I'm just going to assume that that's just rumors. I'm not even saying that he could have gone far. I don't know if he could have. He had at least a good look. He had size. God bless them. They need people with size there. Because some people are just all small and minute and don't look like they could, actually clear the bottom rope if they walked under it. They wouldn't even have to goddamn duck. The whole point is, I don't know what to deal with. I know Sloane Jacobs was released. All I remember about her is I think they touted she was 19, red hair. She was in a breakout tournament. I don't remember anything else about any of the others. I wish them all the best. But anyway, Dookie Nukie is going to carry the Chase University flag, and Kiana James took on Thea. Let me just say right now that I don't know why they made Thea into Scrappy Doo. And Kiana James, my goodness, my goodness, that's a great look. But seriously, she's not bad in the ring. That flatliner finisher that she uses is actually pretty good. Dookie Nukie tries to help Thea win by getting her foot on the rope to prevent a pin, but Chase is like, no, we don't do that. So he leaves. And then suddenly, Charlie Dempsey, remember Regal's kid that was involved in this bullshit, that should have not been involved in this bullshit yet for a while? Now he's back. He attacks Andre. Dookie Nukie chases him off and winks at Thea. I know Duke isn't that old, but maybe we shouldn't do a romance storyline here. Briggs and Jensen won a tag title shot. Fallon Henley, my goodness, is what I noted. And the assistant for Kiana James hands Fallon Henley the envelope. I don't know what. Could it be possible that Kiana is buying her bar? Oh, God. They're going to go with that storyline. It's going to be Fallon's bar against Kiana's firm or something like that. Oh, God, I don't know. Jesus. Odyssey Jones did his entrance. We go to break. And then Steiner and Lee are talking strategy. Here's Robert Stone, implying that Von Wagner wants a shot. Can we please get Robert Stone some actual talent to manage? So, Javier Bernal lost to Odyssey Jones. Well, Javi's not bad, but I have no reason to care about him. Odyssey Jones hits black hole slam, sidewalk slam variation, 1, 2, 3. And Mandy Rose's 1-year celebration. JC Jane, my goodness, is what I noted. I love JC Jane. She has a tremendous look. And they both do promos about Mandy, and then Mandy cuts a promo knocking every fan. They called her just a Barbie doll, bottle blonde, all this stuff and everything. And let's be fair. I've been guilty of it too, I admit. I don't know if I use that exact verbiage, but I blew Mandy off as just being another standard blonde. She improved. I'm not saying she's tremendous in the ring, but she's improved quite a bit. And there was a video package with her highlights and all that stuff, and she says "you people" a couple times. Hulk Hogan at Bash at the Beach 96 takes his hat off to you. And suddenly, smoke. St. Elmo's fire shows back up. Beats up these two butlers that were serving drinks. Puts Gigi through a table. I put JJ through a table. And I'm going to put Jesse through a table. And I'm coming for you. I'm sorry to every Scottish person that is watching. I'm so sorry. So, she couldn't beat her a number of months ago. And then they heated this thing up where she should have won at Halloween Havoc, but she didn't win. Okay, in one of the worst haunted house matches that WWE has done. Which is saying something, considering that you shouldn't be able to say that. They should have never done even one of them. And they definitely shouldn't have done multiple. But now she's getting another shot. Why? Why is she getting another shot? Nothing even against her. Why? Why? Is she going to lose here and then go up and be part of the War Games match? God, she probably is. So she's going to be beaten in the powder and then put up there, and we're supposed to take her seriously. They're not going to have Zoe and Nikita win the tag titles next week. And if they do, it won't be for long, because I think they're going to angle for Nikita to beat her. Which isn't going to work. It's in 2 weeks, by the way, that match. So, Apollo Crews is dressed like a chef for some reason. I don't know why they had him in a chef shirt. Is he going to... what's he going to do? Be on the Triangle of Sadness ship? Hopefully not, considering how that movie apparently turns out, which I have not seen yet, but I will watch at some point. Why is Von Wagner talking on my television? God damn it, you frickin'... you goddamn frickin' lobotomized fuck. I don't hate him as a... Fuck! Why? I don't know who the Scripps guy is, and I don't care. This is stupid. This is really, really bad television. Andy took on Grandma Stark. Andy, Stark probably saying, I remember helping colonize Australia. If you get it, you get it. No one cared. No one cared about this. And that's sad, because Stark isn't bad in the ring. She's the oldest 28-year-old in wrestling history. And Indy, get her out of NXT. Do something with her. Don't put her in a mixed tag with Loomis versus Miz and Maurice. I don't want to see that. Lyons then tries to get Zoe to stop stop snapping so much. Don't put her through an announcer's table. And then Indy wins with a boot and a lariat. I mean, hey, she's winning with what are seen as simple moves, but done right. She won with a superplex. She's winning with a lariat. There you go. And then a guy is being called Justice Anthony. And I don't know what this mask is that's burning, but I fear that they have renamed Dijakovic again. If they have, that's stupid. These names are stupid. Stop being stupid, Shawn Michaels. Valentina is talking to Sangha. Hey, will you help? Will you be in my corner? I can't. I am now convinced that Veer and Sangha are Apu and Sanjay, and that they're soon going to be partying and they're going to be doing the Freakazoid come on and wind me up. And also Wendy Chu is waking up backstage because we need more of this goddamn pajama-wearing twat character. Not the person, the character. Cora Jade has her stick out. Starks and Lyons are upset. And Katana and Caden are like, you won't win next week. Why is a cartoon mouse talking on TV? Valentina Feroz took on Cora Jade. The match, well, they tried. Bless Valentina for having fire. Cora Jade, she's doing better as a heel than I thought she would. And a DDT for 3. And then Cora's like, I'm going to poke you with my stick. And then Wendy comes out in full on-body pajamas and gets hit with the stick immediately because she's an idiot. She's a fucking goddamn idiot. Whoever came up with this character deserves to be punched repeatedly in the face while their family is forced to watch. Nevertheless, Wendy versus Cora Jade. No, fuck all this. Fuck anybody in creative thought this was a good idea. Tony D'Angelo and Stax are talking. Elektra Lopez. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh, and Starks faces off against that security guard turned wrestler, Hank Walker, next week. Next week, AC and Grimes, Starks and Lyons versus Caden and Katana. And Brutus Creed gets his 5 minutes with Damon Kemp. Wes and Steiner took on Pretty Deadly Glory in an NXT tag title match in a match full of action, but it has Pretty Deadly Glory, so it does not deserve my attention. Later, Hayes pushes Wes off. Crucifix pin, 1, 2, 3. Pretty Deadly Glory win. No shock. Of course, they were going to keep the tag titles. And then suddenly, Steiner's attacked by the lobotomized zebra, Von Wagner, and no. Apollo wants a shot, but JD McTuna says, you're not going to have vision because I'm going to pull your eye out and detach your retina. Kids love violence involving eyes being pulled out. Fucking shows us a goddamn plot time and time again. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.